They'll be up at our house with pitchforks and burning torches. You'll see." "Just kidding. But that guy Jeremiah should be over at some stage. He used to live there, and he's going to help us out for a while. Local knowledge and all that." Ben flicked a glance in the rearview mirror to see Jack and Molly glued to their screens. Jack at age 12 was just into playing games, his brow furrowed with concentration. Molly, at age 14, was up to her neck in social media. Any time Ben caught a glimpse of her screen, there were multiple little dialogue bubbles open with emojis dancing all over the place. He wondered what the hell they said to each other all the time, but he certainly didn't ask. The response would be sharp, acerbic, and world-weary. At the start of the journey, Ben had implored them to at least make a token effort to take the scenery in, but he had long since given up. Molly had responded by taking her earphones out and looking pointedly out the window. "Wow, a field," she'd said sarcastically. "Oh, and another field. The excitement is just too much. I can't handle it." With that, she had plugged her earphones back in. Ben hoped she'd get into the rhythm of country life, but he felt it was going to take something dramatic to grab her attention on the drive. That something appeared sooner than he would have liked. As the road had narrowed, the speed of the traffic had to slow proportionately, so Ben found himself at the front of a snaking caravan of cars, moving in unison around sharp bends and accelerating into short straight stretches before hitting sharp bends again. He felt like one of those Formula One drivers leading a restless, agitated pack of snarling vehicles. One small mistake, and they could end up in a smoking pile of mangled steel. To his horror, about 100 yards up the road, Ben saw a rickety old tractor pull shakily out of a field and start driving at an achingly slow speed right in front of him. He had to hit the brakes and slow right down. The tractor was pulling a large round slurry tank behind it. The tank pitched and bobbed only yards away from the front of their car. Ben could see the cars behind him slow to a snail's pace, and he instantly felt anger and impatience beginning to build. Pretty soon, the sweet, rich smell of compacted manure was drifting into the car. They rolled up the windows, but the smell fully inhabited all the air around them, so it seeped in through every vent and sat like a nauseous fug in the pristine confines of their hybrid SUV. "Jesus, Dad, I'm going to retch! Overtake for Christ's sake!" Molly said, holding a hand over her mouth. Ben sneaked to look past the tractor, but the road stayed narrow, and there were bends every 100 yards or so. "I can't at the moment, it's too dangerous." There was very little traffic coming the other way, but the odd car that did come flew past at what seemed to Ben to be reckless speed. "For Christ's sake, do something!" Molly shouted. "It's disgusting!" Ben could see the snaking line of cars behind him moving at the same funereal pace. He could feel the agitation of the other drivers as they pulled out to check if the road ahead was clear. He made a sudden lurch as if to overtake, but at the same time saw a flash of blue metal hurtle towards him from the other side, so he had to wrench the car back in again. The car on the other side gave a loud beep as it flew past. The car directly behind Ben started flashing its lights, pressing him to make a move. "Stupid country drivers," Ben hissed. "It's all right, take your time," Deborah said nervously. "Don't take your time, Dad, I'm going to puke. For real," Molly said. She looked pale to Ben and had her head in her hands. He lurched out again, this time pressing the foot right down on the accelerator so the car engine roared and spurted forward. There was a bend right up ahead, but Ben kept his foot pressed on the pedal while the grasping branches of the hedgerows whipped the windscreen. "Jesus, Ben, watch out!" Deborah screamed as they rounded the bend and saw a white delivery van hurtling towards them. Ben could see the driver of the van was on his phone, laughing at something, when he saw their SUV powering towards him. His mouth flipped open and he dropped the phone, grabbing the wheel with both hands and steering it as far to the left as he could. "Dad!" came a single unified scream from Jack and Molly. Ben whipped the steering wheel to the left, praying that they were far enough past the tractor. He saw a blur of red in his wing mirror, then a blur of white to the right as the van careened past, but there was no contact on either side, so with a frantic pulling of the steering wheel back to the right,